I am going to join my seam allowance to the zipper tape right at the edge. We're going to back stitch, and then we're just going to come through the center of the tape, through the seam allowance, and go about a ½ inch below that notch. We're going to clip the threads close to the work. Get rid of any extra threads as we go. So the zipper is already held in place. Now I'm going to sew right along here. Now the advantage of using the ½ foot is I can sew right up against the zipper teeth. If I had this foot, it wouldn't work as well because you can't really sew on an uneven surface when they're not at the same level. So that's why we're using the ½ foot. I'm going to take this first pin out, and I'm going to line up my work, and I'm going to back stitch. Always back stitch. I like to work with the zipper closed. I think it's easier so you can see what you're doing. And basically I'm just coming right along this area as close to the teeth as I can get, removing the pins as I go. This is another area where you could put a basting stitch to hold everything in place. So this is where it's important. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come right down in here. Now I want to go a little bit past my zipper stop. So if you get close, you can use your hand wheel. You want to back stitch. And then we're going to slide the work out. Again, I'm trimming close to my work, and this is a critical area right here. So I want to make sure that my stitch is between the seam and the zipper teeth. That way, when I turn my work this way, I don't see any of the stitching. You want to make sure that there's no stitching here on the outside. So now that you have one side done, on the other side, you're going to fold at the notch, and you're going to place notch on top of notch. Remember, this notch up here is exposed because we offset this when we folded it. So I'm going to place notch on top of notch. It looks good. I can't see any of my stitches. So basically this side is lapping over this side. That's why it's called a lap zipper. Now you want to make sure that you are lining this up with the notches. You don't want to do something like this. And I'm exaggerating. But you don't want to do something where your notches are not lining up, because that means the piece that is sewing to this is not going to fit. So you want to make really sure that when you have notches, you're utilizing them. I'm going to pin this in place, putting my notches on top of each other. So, once I get this in place, I'm just going to pin it all the way down.